Hold on.
Hi
Hi.
everyone, welcome.
Welcome back.
Today is April 12th, 2022, 11 p.m. Zulu time. So today is a very special episode as we are covering El Salvador, my homeland. We also have Francesco in the kitchen today. He's making a special dish that my grandmother used to make for me. A little more on that later. And Andre, what you got on the screen today?
We got Zulu time. Nothing more.
11 p.m. Zulu time.
On Stonehenge today, it's the 12th. The sun came up at 6:19, and I think there's a typo here because this would be very weird if the sun went down at 7:57.
Probably p.m. Zulu
That's
time.
not good. So I am cooking cow tongue. So this is just the back end of it. So you saw me just cut it. So it's a cow tongue that I'm cooking. You cook it, you boil it for a couple of hours. Right? It's still not to perfection, but I know I will get it. And then I'm also getting with my beautiful new knife, Japanese knife that I got the other day while I was shopping. So yeah, there's a lot of steps and procedures, but this is going to be delicious.
I was going to comment on that knife, Frank. It looks pretty slick.
Look at that.
Looks
Beautiful.
slick, bud.
So hot
Hello.
topic today, El Salvador. And that's the beautiful El Salvadorian flag.
Oh, it's
And
like
you can,
pyramid.
yeah,
There's
you know
pyramid
what?
there?
Could we zoom in on that? Is that possible?
Sure. But we do have some volcanoes in there because El Salvador is known as the land of volcanoes. So right in the middle of it, there's some volcanoes in there. And you can see El Salvador is right here. It's a little tiny country that's, the only country in Central America actually that has the Pacific Ocean and not the Caribbean Sea on its right
have
side.
both. Yeah.
Oh, it
It
is. Eh?
doesn't.
Cool.
Yeah, it only has the Pacific Ocean, and it has a total fun fact. Total area of 21,041 square kilometers by area. And it's a tiny country. It's the smallest of all Central American countries with a population of 6.5 million.
It's the smallest of all the countries.
Yeah, it's
South
tiny.
America.
The capital is San Salvador.
I found some pyramids. There's pyramids there.
Yes.
In Salvador.
Totally, there's pyramids. It's the Mayan pyramids. Like the Mayans are the native indigenous people of the land, and they were up to some really cool stuff. It's really incredible.
Fun fact: there's over
sorry.
100 volcanoes. I think they said 12 active ones or fairly active ones.
Yeah.
Holy
yeah.
cow.
Look
All
at the
over.
pyramids. Yeah, the Mayans. Yeah.
Yeah. They were not messing around, the Mayans. They were like amazing mathematicians. They were into astrology. They were really into a lot of different things, including the Mayan calendar.
Yeah.
We'll have a video a little bit later on that talks a little bit about that. Let me see.
Just to go back to the volcanoes, Daisy, do you remember any tremors and earthquakes and volcanoes and any activity like that growing up there?
So I do. There was a time like, so just to give you a little bit of background, when I was doing some research today, and so basically it's just an area that's known for volcanic eruptions and earthquakes, which I didn't even realize that El Salvador was part of. But yeah, so when I was growing up, I remember there being an earthquake at night, and I guess we lost electricity, but it must have been the full moon because so I could see like a little bit of light coming through the windows, and everything was shaking. And I remember going into my grandmother's house and going on the bed, and my dad just coming on top of my mom and I, and just coming on top of us, protecting us essentially at the end of the day. And then it shook for a while, and then it passed. And usually after there's like a large volcano in the Richter scale, there's little smaller ones that follow.
Right.
Yeah.
But I remember that specifically that's a memory that's imprinted in my mind. Just being really scared as a child. I must have been.
Look at all the volcanoes, though.
6 or 7.
When you look at this map, you see how many. Like they look like there's a lot of big ones.
It's a lot. It's a lot.
Well,
all over the place.
Yeah. A lot of chaos to build that little part of land, right?
Beautiful.
There's over 100 volcanoes.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
And most people live in the capital.
San Salvador. Yeah. So just speaking of volcanoes, I have a quick one that I wanted to show you. It's called the Volcán de Santa Ana. They did like a top 5 volcanoes, and this one is the one from Santa Ana. And I just wanted to show you, just to show you how beautiful it is.
No, I went to visit some volcanoes in Costa Rica. It's stunning to go see and experience. Like, and the smell too, eh? Smells like rotten
the sulfur,
eggs.
eh? You guys were saying.
Right.
It smells like rotten eggs.
Right.
Oh wow, that's a gorgeous one.
And this one is spans over 2,300 meters in height. It's got like this blue lagoon inside, and at the top you can see the lago, the lake of Guatepeque. Speaking of the Mayans, you guys,
Exactly.
So advanced.
They were
like
though.
It's unbelievable how advanced. Like they were both. It's a bit of a conundrum in my head because they were very civilized, but also they were quite savage. But here's a little bit of information regarding the Mayan calendar, because they were really advanced and really like almost up to the date of our calendar. Okay.
Yep.
This is they actually say fun fact in this video. So I at 6:20. So I wanted to play it for you guys because it's really cool. So they talk a little bit about the math of the
1 of 5, unlike
calendar.
our modern 12-month calendar. Fun fact, the
Fun
first
fact.
day of each month was denoted not by the number 1, but by a 0, the invention of which is attributed to the Mayans.
Sure.
The guys did not use the decimal system, but the 20 decimal system, which ended with 19, and the short ritual calendar,
Right?
Tzolk'in, consisted of
Yes. So they had their calendar, plus they had another calendar that talked about the seasons. It was all very religious but specifically crop oriented because that was their livelihood. So the Mayan civilization is known around Mexico 3500 BC, but in El Salvador, a little bit further south, there's evidence of 1200 BC. They reached the heights of their splendor of where like their mathematical ingenuity, their engineering, 400 to 300 BC.
alone. There are 7 stadiums, and excavations throughout the civilization's territories confirm that the game of ball was everything for the Mayans. However, The rules have been lost to history, but there is a solid basis to believe that the game was a hybrid of football and volleyball, where the teams kept a rubber ball in the air by throwing it to each other. The balls, by the way, were quite heavy, and special hoops were often put on the players to help with the task. A little later, they began attaching hoops to the walls, mixing modern basketball into the game. All that was part of some ritual. Which one? We can't say for certain.
You can't talk about El Salvador without talking about the music, talking about its food. Every country has very specific music, very specific dance, very specific music. Y en El Salvador es la cumbia. El Salvador es la cumbia, and I have a little video that I want to show you of this. It's kind of like a street party. Check this guy out, like just cruising in his like in the back
Street
of the
parties.
pickup truck. Wanted to show 219. Look, they're making pupusas. Making pupusas, they're making food, they're playing basketball in the back. There's a guy with a Salvador jacket hanging out. There's a band playing.
El Salvador is very good at football too, eh? Soccer?
Exactly, that's what I was saying about the Mayans.
That's awesome.
¿Qué les pasa? ¿Qué les pica? Todos locos, van deprisa, se en carro, en bicicleta, todos meten la chancleta, bailan en la discoteca, lo mismo con esta orquesta, se mueven.
He's a rapper.
Los guanacos están
Right?
I like it.
And it's like a full orchestra with like saxophones and everything.
Se queda, ok, se extraña. Entonces, es bien curioso ese fenómeno, pero porque la gente no está acostumbrada creo yo, a ver algo que de verdad se esté trabajando con tanto empeño, con tanto sueño. Y yo creo que tiene que ver mucho con la parte social, o sea, desde que hemos venido arrastrando la historia de El Salvador, las últimas décadas del país. O sea, hay tanto revuelo social, que de violencia, de la economía mala. La gente ha perdido la esperanza en muchas cosas. Y creo que parte de las cosas en las que han visto como de lado es el arte.
Interesting that people have lost so much hope, but really the one thing that they haven't lost hope in is the art.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And also the
Beautiful sentiment.
Thank you for watching Name and Occupation in Depth. We come to you every single week. Now don't forget to subscribe, share, and like the content.
Everybody, so we do have Chef Francesco in the kitchen today, and you're cooking something that's very, very dear to my heart. What are you cooking today?
So today I've been cooking for about 4 hours, over 4 hours now, some cow tongue. So it is actually pretty good price. You can get a good price, and it's pretty tender as long as you follow some really good steps. Some carrots, some celery, So you put some of this beautiful rice. I guess I made 2 cups of rice here, okay? And then we could put a little bit on the side. And then the meat here, because it's been battered, pan fried, it was boiled before. It is a very, very, very tender meat. Sorry about that. And then it's literally almost falling apart here. And then you can take some of this sauce and put it right on top of your rice. And then just put 2 pieces. I got some fresh coriander here. You could just put a little bit on top. Okay, and if you want, you could put also some peppers or your hot pepper flakes. I like to put just a little bit more salt, some pepper here, and that's what it is. Look at that.
Okay, so you guys, remember I used to go to the ocean every weekend? Like that was my life. Like I had like the perfect childhood. Legit. It was crazy. Plus there were like street parties and like street like celebrations happening every other weekend. But the one thing that I remember the most and the one thing that I miss the most, it's something that's called cocktail de conchas. They're cutting the seashells. Look at the contraption that they're using to cut the seashells. So
Looks
that
like
you
muscle.
cut them with that machine and then you peel out the meat.
Continue along.
But
to
there's this
Hawaii
guy
and
making
indulge in its famous weekend food
the
festival.
pupusas.
There, you'll find some of the best food in the region, including iguana, snake, frog.
Did you see that? The iguanas.
Snake?
It was just for you guys. Iguanas.
They
And
like
snake.
they eat snake there.
Such as grilled beef and
Oh, that was a lamb.
They don't mess around, you guys.
This is what's called a papusa house, literally a house. This one serving home-cooked Salvadoran meals. Once the living room, now the main dining area. The woman running it, we can't show her face, but she's been here for 10 years, serving a mostly Salvadoran clientele looking for a taste of home.
Tamales.
Tamales. First up, a staple done a little differently than the norm. Tamales wrapped in banana leaf and steamed.
That's delicious.
Next, the dish of the house, pupusas. Tortillas stuffed with ground pork or chicharron.
You can get pupusas in Nicaragua, in Guatemala, but for some reason, Salvadorian pupusas get the most respect. General consensus seems to be they're the best. How come?
I would agree. George Azar is our Detroit fixer. He's been coming here with his friend Joe for years.
This is what makes it right here. Boom. Is this curtido? Curtido.
Curtido es esto, pickled swell.
Salsa. And I'll do this, but I don't know if you're up to this one. What are you saying? I don't know if you can hang, man. Is it a manly thing?
I mean, it's turning into it, seems like. Right